How's it going, everybody? It's me again, and I am here in the vehicle because today I'm going to partially fulfill a little goal that I had once. Here's the story. I was watching some of my ASMR videos. If you don't know what ASMR is, look it up, because I can't go into the explanation. But one of the ASMR videos I was watching was it was titled Ice Cream Party. And this person was eating different kinds of ice cream. And I saw that and I was like, man, that looks really good. I should, taste test a few different ice creams. Then I thought, how about I skip the whole taste testing thing and just go eat a bunch of ice cream? And I had this plan where I was going to take off. I was going to hit different places, cheap spots, expensive spots, get ice cream on a stick, in a cup, in a bowl, sundaes, banana splits, you name it, that's what I was going to do. Hit some drive-thrus. My whole diet that day was going to consist of ice cream. And then I got real sick. And I wound up in a hospital. And it made me rethink some things. I'm like, is it really worth it? Eating a day's worth of ice cream, eating a king's ransom in ice cream, and then winding up in a very real, very possible diabetic coma? And my short answer was, yeah. Yeah, it's good ice cream, man. But of course, clear thinking prevailed, and I'm like, no, I can't do that. I'm not going to do that. But as some of you have seen recently, I've found a low-carb ice cream alternative that was really, really good. And then yesterday, I found a couple more, and I thought, you know what? I'm gonna eat that ice cream. And that's what I've brought today. But before I begin, I need to stress that even though these are low carb, even though these are low sugar, you still want to take it in moderation, okay? Because there are still carbs here, and if you're trying to keep a strict low carb deal going, these are good for taking away the cravings. These are good for a snack. Don't overdo it. Like with anything in life, moderation is key. But I'm starting with the biggest number first, and that's I believe it's an 8 or a 9 gram carb ice cream, and it should look familiar to a lot of you. It is the Breyers Carb Smart ice cream bar, but this one is a little different than the one I showed you guys. This is the almond one. You can see that. It's got pieces of almond in there. Little different. Other than that, it's the same thing. Chocolate ice cream, chocolate coating on vanilla ice cream. I really need to set up a dash cam kind of stand for my phone. I'm actually having to use the tripod. That's why I'm turned sideways like this. And I love that light. It really helps, but it is really blinding me right now in these close quarters. The box says 6 grams of sugar. But when I look at the back, and I look at the ingredients and stuff, I see that when I minus the fiber and when I minus like the fiber, which is very little, and the sugar alcohol, I'm left with a number of 9. I think it was 8 or 9. So I go by that. But if it's 6 grams, that's even better. Yeah, my original idea was going to be me driving around town, eating ice cream as I drove. But I'm not driving right now, obviously. Very good. Delicious. You don't taste a whole lot with the almonds, but they do add texture. Kind of like sprinkles. Sprinkles really don't taste like much, but the texture is really good. So, according to my math, that was 9 grams of carbs. Next, I have this deal right here. It's the Blue Bunny Sweet Freedom ice cream. And this is one with, I don't know, I think it's like toffee pieces or something. Razor Bumps. It's a small ice cream bar. And this one comes in, I believe it was 6 grams. So if you're keeping count, I'm at 15 grams of carbs right now. Oh, yeah. Breyers also has tubs of ice cream. So if you wanted to make yourself a sundae or banana split, bananas are kind of high in carbs. I would steer clear of bananas. But like if you want to make yourself a sundae, there's plenty of sugar-free syrup options out there. I've only seen the basic vanilla and chocolate in the Carb Smart options. I haven't seen like strawberry or anything like that. It reminds me of the Heath bars. But my favorite is the simple Eskimo pies. Just chocolate on top of ice cream. Simple. I think each of these boxes sat right around the $3 mark. The Carb Smart, the Breyers Carb Smart ice cream bars are 6 to a box. These are, I think, are 12 to a box. I'm not 100% sure on that one. I'm not even gonna bother. I'm not even gonna bother rating these because, I mean, if I have to, both of those got an 8 easy, if not more. But it's not so much a rating thing right now. It's more of just solid options where you're not eating sweetened tofu instead of, something that passes as actual ice cream. And this last one is also from the Sweet Freedom line from Blue Bunny. And this is one of my favorites. I think this one has the least amount in it. I'm getting them confused now because either this one had 4 grams or the one I just ate had 4 grams and the other has 6. One has 6, one has 4. But I was so glad to find this one because I have a soft spot in my heart for these kind of ice creams. These are mini cones, but it's got like the nuts and the chocolate covering. It's kind of like what are those called? Nutty Buddies, or I don't remember. King Cones, something like that. But that cone, man, look, it's like a sugar cone. But I was so excited when I found this. I'm like, really? They got a sugar-free option on this one? Hell yeah. Yep. Those peanuts set real nice on that. I think all of these use a sucralose-based sweetener. That's how they curb the sugar content. Good stuff, man. Now my favorite part, the cone. It's like living in sin. I'm waiting to see if I got a nice surprise at the end of this. Uh-oh. Yep. I think I do. There's chocolate at the end of this. Yay! Ooh, man, a lot of chocolate. Big old solid piece. Mmm, man. That was excellent. And since I rated the other two, let me go ahead and rate this one. I give this one a 10. Because that cone really added something extra to it that was really nice, and it made me feel normal for a little while. So, there you have it, guys. Breyer's Carb Smart. According to my math, it's 9 grams of carbs. 9 grams of net carbs. It says 6 grams of sugar, but there might be something else floating in there I don't know about. And then the Blue Bunny ice cream, the toffee type ice cream, I think that one was 6. And the cone I just ate is 4, or it's vice versa. Either way, all three are well below that threshold where if you don't overdo it like I just did, you should be okay. Makes for a good dessert, nice snack, something pleasant on a hot day. Just all around, it's really good. And it's nice to know that those options are out there so you don't have to cut yourself off completely and go stark raving mad for something enjoyable to where you might get off of your game plan and your low carb eating lifestyle by losing your mind and going and scarfing down a bunch of high sugar ice cream. A regular ice cream bar runs about 17 grams of carbs by itself. And I've been in that position before where I've denied myself and denied myself and denied myself. And then it's like one day it's like, I'm getting it, and I get it, and I go at it hardcore, and I overdo it. And then there's no turning back. So it's nice to know that these things are out there to kind of keep you on track, kind of help you, assist you in a way to kind of say, okay, I've had my fill. Now I can be cool now and go on with what I'm doing. So, like I said, check out your grocers, freezers, read your labels, guys. Really read your labels. Do your math. Okay, remember, just because it says total carbohydrates, you have to minus your sugar, alcohol, and you have to minus your fiber. Okay. Excuse me. Sometimes sugar, alcohol will be listed as like maltitol or some other sweetener, but always make sure that the fiber and the sugar, alcohol is subtracted from that carb number, and then what you're left with, those are your net carbs. Those are the ones that are going to impact your blood sugar. Because before I knew that, there were a lot of times I'd see something go, oh man, 19 grams of carbs, 20 grams of carbs. No, I can't do this, and I wouldn't do it. Didn't know about subtracting the numbers. And then once I did that, I'm like, oh, it's only 6 grams of total net carbs. Well, now we're okay. So it can be a bit of a task, but it's worth it in the long run. You feel better. Your blood sugar isn't way up in the 200s and 300s. You start losing some weight. Your body starts going into ketosis, and it starts to use up those fat reserves, and you start losing weight, and you feel better there too. So it's a win-win situation, really. And with it comes, a touch of sacrifice where you're not scarfing down high sugar desserts. But there's ways around it. There really is. So stick with it. Yeah, that's about all I got to say. This is running into 20 minutes now, so I'll cut it here. Thanks for joining me on this, guys. Hope I didn't make too much of a pig of myself, but it was fun. I'm not going to lie. I enjoyed that immensely. Won't be doing that again for a very, very long time, if ever. But I have these in my freezer ready to go when I need them. So take care, guys. I'll be talking to you all real soon. Thanks for watching. Happy eating.